the moment we went to bed. I don't know how much sugar I drank growing up. I loved the taste of it, but then we started to learn about sugar and what it does to our body. So then we say, oh, we're going to look at sugar substitutes, and then there's the little pink packet, and there's the green packet, and there's the white packet, and there's the, your head starts to spin. Like, I don't know what to do. To come to find out, all those little packets actually have some sort of sugar in them. There's some type of sugar in them or a sugar alcohol in them. Take a look at this. This is what you're going to turn to now to put on your food, to put on your dessert, to bake with, to put in your tea, to put in your coffee. And this is Sucress from the Stevia plant. This is Andrew Lessman's sugar substitute. Now, there's a couple of things I want to show you. When we get to the very large one, you're going to see we've never done that before. We've never done the bulk before that you're going to see. But most of these do. You get to choose if you want them to come in the little packets as well. So you can just split open a packet and put it in your tea here like I'm going to do. Does this look familiar right here, right? Your little packet. But remember, this is no sugar in this at all, this Sucress here, but you're still getting that smooth, sugary flavor, that balanced, sugary taste that you love with 0 calories, 0 carbs. All you're doing, maybe it is a drink, maybe it's a lemonade, maybe it is a lemonade if you're using fresh lemons, it's a little tart, you want a little sugar. Maybe it's your tea, you just split one open, and look at that, it looks like you're using that real sugar. The other thing, it dissolves very easily, very well, all the way in, and you're getting that nice sugary taste there. Okay, let me show you the choices that you're getting here before we hear from Andrew Lessman. Let's start here. The 100, now when you see these boxes, these are the little packets right here. That's what you're getting in these boxes. So the 100, there is 250 as well in the packets. There's going to be the 250. You see the prices there on your screen, and I'll break down the values here for you in a minute. Up here is going to be the 500 pack, a 500 pack of these right here, or the powder, if you just want to use like a teaspoon or maybe a little bit at all. The powder's been most popular by far today. So this is the powder. And I believe this is the first time we have ever done this in the powder here. You know, these little packets can be great if you throw them in your purse, throw them in your bag. But a lot of you asked and said, you know what, I love it. I would like it in a powder form. First time we're ever doing it in the powder form here. I want to show you the value real quick, and then we'll bring in Andrew Lessman to tell us all about it in 100 packets. It's normally $29.90. You're getting $19.90 today, less than $20. But let's look at that. 500 packets, right? 500 packets, normally $100, $59.90 today, and 4 flexible payments. You're getting an extra payment on that. Or what we call the bulk powder, $74.90. That's $44.90 today on a today's special price, $30 off. You can have your sugary taste. You can have your sweetness. Have it all. You don't have to cut that out. Just use the Sucress instead. And why is it so great? Well, let's hear from Andrew.
Hi there. Andrew Lessman here to talk about one of our more unique and kind of fun products. It's a product that originated through a strange path, but originally when I looked at all of those sweetener packets we see on the market, the pink, the blue, the green, whatever they might be, the yellow, what I think most of you would be shocked to know, I certainly was when I first discovered this, is that all those sugar replacements, all of those sugar substitutes, you'd probably be comfortable saying, I know there's one thing they don't contain. They might contain other things, but I know there's one thing they don't contain. They can't contain sugar, right? They're sugar substitutes, they're sugar replacements. Virtually without exception, they all contain sugar. If they don't contain sugar, it's an alcohol sugar, or they'll contain some kind of carb. So it's just surprising, and it's just sort of a loophole in the law that you could say something has 0 calories. So a typical sugar packet has a few grams of sugar, but you could still have a half a gram of sugar in that packet and put your other sweeteners in, and it's technically sugar-free. So instead of using the sugar to have that background sweetening, we used an amino acid, glycine. It has remarkable properties until it's a remarkable amino acid. But what's most remarkable about it is its sweet flavor, which I've known about for over 40 years because I've been in this industry too long. My original children's chewable vitamin I wouldn't use artificial sweeteners, and I wouldn't use sugar like the others. So instead, I had to find something else. And at that time, that's when I discovered the sweetening properties of glycine, this amino acid, a constituent of protein. As if we don't need to learn about something that makes protein even more remarkable and more special, here we have another thing about protein, that one of its amino acids has this remarkable sweet flavor. But the reason why you won't see it in other sweetener products, it's pretty straightforward. It's expensive. I wish that glycine was $1 a pound. It's multiple times more expensive than sugar, but it imparts this really wonderful, cool sweetness. So when you combine it with our unique stevia extract, and really it's the glycine, the amino acid in the product, is present at levels multiple times higher than the stevia extract. So it just creates this wonderfully balanced sweetener. So again, if you want a sugar substitute or a sugar replacement that actually follows through on the promise of what a sugar replacement or a sugar substitute should be, and that's no sugar. Replace the sugar. Not some of it or most of it, but how about all of it? At least let's fulfill the expectations of a consumer that someone is not willfully and intentionally adding sugar to that product, yet they are sugar replacements or sugar substitutes. To this day, now it's probably more than a decade later, it still leaves me scratching my head. But if you want to try an incredibly affordable, incredibly delicious, healthy, natural sweetener that doesn't have any hidden sugar, then you need to try Sucress. It's, as I said, incredibly affordable, so it gives you an abundance of sweetness. I usually use typically half a packet at a time to give the sweetness that I want, either whether it's in a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, whatever it might be. But I think you'll fall in love with this, especially knowing that it actually follows through on the promise of sugar-free. And I haven't found any of those sugar replacement packets or sugar substitutes that doesn't contain sugar, like dextrose sugar, or erythritol, some kind of sugar alcohol that I wouldn't go near at all, or some kind of carbohydrate, maltodextrin, who knows what, or a combination of all three. Ours is just our natural stevia extract, and most importantly, glycine, an amino acid, pure glycine. So enjoy.
Enjoy. You should still have your sugar. You should still have that great taste. You should still have your sweet tea like I grew up on. I've been sitting here sipping it. All I did was put one packet in this sweet tea, and it satisfies that sweet tooth, that sweet taste, that sugary taste. But I feel good doing it because I know there's not sugar in there. And with the studies we know about sugar and how we're all trying to cut back, but we still have those cravings, this is the way to do it. I want to show you some of the reviews, and I hope you're following along at hsn.com and reading some of the review here because we have hundreds of perfect 5-star reviews. Let's take a look here. Best stevia ever. And like I said before, there are many out there and it can be head spinning a little bit, but look at this review. This is the best stevia I have ever tasted. This does not have a strong aftertaste like most do. I don't know how Andrew does it, but I should have known his would be better. I ordered the largest size and have been giving these away at work to my coworkers to try. That's a great idea, actually. I feel that everyone should know about this wonderful product. I'm glad I finally found a healthier alternative to sugar. It is nice to know that in each packet, I'm also getting the amino acid glycine. Thank you, Andrew. Boy, that's a really good point, because if you get the larger size, maybe you do put some at work. Maybe you have a little coffee bar, tea bar at home. Put some in your purse, right? Put some in your pockets when you go out and you add a little bit of sugar instead of only having to choose whatever they're giving you there. Maybe that's why you want to go with the bigger size here, or maybe you keep the powder at home. I do want to show you the value you're getting, because remember, this is on a today's special price. Andrew has 4 today's specials. So let's take a look at the value that you have right over here. We try to make this easy for you to take a look at so you can see the amount of packets here. So 100 packets. Tonight at midnight, it's going to be $30. Right now, it's less than $20. Or 500 packets. Tonight at midnight, it's going to probably be $100. Going to go back to $99.90, $59.90 with 4 flexible payments. Or if you like the powder, if you just want to scoop the powder, maybe a teaspoon, maybe a little more, normally $74.90. Look at that, saving $30 today, and that's the first time ever we have it in a bulk powder for you today. Been very popular here, that larger size. So those are Andrew's today's specials that are just for today. Let's talk about some of Andrew's monthly specials. Remember, all of this is on free shipping and handling. You know, I heard, and I heard this from Andrew, that your liver is the